Do you like my new shirt? My wife bought me a new shirt. My wife's been so good to me recently. Okay, let's get into it. How you doing, guys? It is Ross Cooney and welcome to the 1% Daily Show. Change the name slightly, Daily Show, because it's going to be broadcasting one via podcast on Audible, on SoundCloud, all the good stuff online, but also on YouTube via visual. So whether you're a video person or an audio person, earbuds, headphones, or you want to look at me, it's going out on two platforms. So that's a slight different change to the name at the beginning. But it's still the 1% Daily Show, 1% of your day, 14 minutes and 40 seconds. That is all it is. So I will be sharing with you some good stuff, hopefully you'll find useful, that you can apply to your life over the next 24 hours, week, whenever it is, until I release something new. But the whole idea is you should be able to find 1% of your day to work on yourself and to improve yourself. And my job is to sacrifice, give up, share part of my day with you to hopefully upskill you and hopefully help you learn from my mistakes, okay? That's the great thing about life. You can do a lot from learning from other people's mistakes. That's how we learn. That's how we grow as people. We learn from our mistakes or other people's. We read books. We read about how they got it wrong or how they got it right. So today I'm going to be talking about exercise. Now, throughout my career, I'm not going to get into too much about exercise, but throughout my time, it's always been about something over nothing. So recently, there's been lots in the press, and I was reading an article the other day on Medium, and it was talking about how the fittest people in the world don't go to the gym. So 2 points on that one. One, yeah, you're right. The fittest people in the world don't have a gym membership, because the fittest people in the world technically are going to be classified as endurance runners or Tour de France cyclists or skiers or some sort of ridiculous sport which requires them to go travel great distances, carrying weight or something like that. Now, you don't need a gym for that. Now, that's not to say, because the follow-on, the caveat of the that article in Medium was, you don't need a gym membership, so you should just ditch your gym membership. Now, I think I've had a gym membership for a month out of my entire adult life. When I played basketball at university, I was on, as part of the scholarship program that I was on, we had a weights program to do, but I never had a gym membership. I never paid for a gym membership. So I can pretty much say I've never had a gym membership my entire life. I would be considered in the higher percentile of fitness, I'm guessing. But yeah, never had a gym membership. Now, don't get me wrong, gyms have a value, and we'll get to that today. Gyms definitely do have a value, and fitness sessions definitely do have a value, but you can achieve a lot in life without actually having a gym membership. It's about finding and prioritizing time for yourself, but then also having a bit of a program and something to follow. So the whole idea of this, the whole title of this show from the outset was something over nothing. And it's the idea that every day you should be something versus nothing. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit. I want to look a little bit prettier. It's not a magic camera, don't worry. Something over nothing. So every day you should be doing something versus nothing. So even just going out to walk the dog, if you weren't going to walk the dog, or if your run session was cancelled or your gym session was cancelled, just getting out the front door is better than doing nothing. 10 minutes of burpees in the back garden is better than nothing. The other night I came back from a talk. I was absolutely buzzing off my bits. It was late. It must have been about 10:15, and I needed to do some form of exercise that day. So I literally went into the back garden and I did 10 minutes of push-ups and pull-ups, and that was it. But it was something versus nothing, because it's very easy just to do nothing. Now, the problem is that we are creatures of habit, creatures of routine, creatures of sort of doing the same thing again and again and again. And we like to take the path of least resistance. Our bodies are designed to take the path of least resistance. So what happens is we do one thing one day, and then the next day we'll do it again. And the next day we'll do it again. The next day we'll do it again. And it's what started off as a health and fitness or maybe an exercise routine then just turns into something that your body gets used to doing. So me walking the dogs, I don't get any exercise beneficial returns or improvements in my fitness by walking the dog. I actually skateboard the dogs. So in order for me then to get gains or improvements, or to reduce the decline, to stop me going back in fitness, I need to do something above and beyond. So It's hard because your body will find a shortcut. Your body will find a way of making it easier. So I've had clients in the past, I've spoken to people that go, Ross, I do a 5K run every day, but I'm still putting weight on. I was like, well, what pace are you running your 5K? Well, I've run at the same pace for 5 years. So you've run at the same pace for 5 years. You've not got any faster. You've not got any slower, but you still run the same 5K pace. And then you're still putting weight on, or your body weight's not changed. That's because your body is no longer having the same response to the stress. So the stress is the run, and in the response to that stress, you'll burn calories, you will develop muscle strength. But like I said, your bodies are designed to find the path of least resistance, are designed to find the easy way out. So what we do is our body adapts when that lady's doing the 5K run every day, to the point where the first time they did it, they maybe burnt 400 calories. Second time they did it, 400 calories. A month later, they're burning 400 calories. Or a month later, they're burning 300 calories. Or a month later, they're burning 200 calories. And all of a sudden, they're not burning the calories anymore, but they're still doing it. And they tick a bit in their brain that goes, oh, I'm doing something every day. It doesn't work like that. But it is, don't get me wrong, it is better than nothing. So again, the something over nothing. It's a really interesting concept because people will just choose, they'll just go, well, I'm going to plan out 6 days a week, I'm going to go to the gym, and 6 days a week I'm going to do an hour in the gym, 90 minutes in the gym, and at the end of the week I'm going to have done 15 hours of training, and it's going to be brilliant. All right, that's cool. That's what pro athletes do, or that's what like serious athletes are doing. Now, that might be a goal, that might be something you aspire to doing, but to say you're going to do that straight off the bat is pretty hard because you're more than likely to fail straight away. So actually, a good plan is to say every day I'm going to do something. Every day I'm going to go for a walk in the morning. Something over nothing, okay? Now, I have clients that I encourage to get up and walk in the morning. They go walking in the morning, where they walk their dogs, walk with a pack, walk with a book, listen to something, but just get out and get moving in the world. I encourage people to do that as a starting place, because you then build that part in your brain that goes, this is a routine, this is a habit, I'm going to go and walk every morning. Now, for me, for example, I play five-a-side football every Thursday. Every Thursday I'm going to play five-a-side football. It's part of my routine now. So whatever's going on, I'm subconsciously making decisions that say, right, I've got football later today, I've got football later in the week. My wife and kids know, my family know, my friends know that I'm going to be there on a Thursday playing five-a-side football. Every week, same time, 8 till 9. Now, that's part now of my daily routine and habits. So that's harder to break. I feel bad when I have to break it. I try and avoid breaking it if I can. And that's because it's been installed. So if you can have something where you're being relied on other people as well, that's even better, because you don't want to let them down, or you don't want to let yourself down. So you're being pulled in by two sort of powers here. The power that you've got to hold yourself accountable, and the power that you don't want to let the five-a-side team down. Now, like I said, your body finds a way to short circuit this and just go, right, I don't want to do it, I'm just going to find an easier option. So we constantly need to be doing something. So let's think about it. If you're new to fitness, or you've currently got a level of fitness, we're talking now about doing something that's going to improve your level of fitness. So we're maybe talking about being fit for purpose, we're maybe thinking about being just fit in life, or maybe thinking of just starting to be a little bit healthier. So if we're starting out being a bit healthier, it starts in the same way. It is just the planning to do something. So I've kind of written out 4 little tips. The first one is Nike. Just strap Nike. And by Nike, I mean just do it. Just do something. Because, like I said, people will put together an elaborate plan that says, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do 8 months of training, and my training is going to be broken up into microcycles and macrocycles, and then we'll be broken up into daily routines and weekly routines. It might all be a bit too much, okay? So the first thing you've got to acknowledge is, I'm just going to do something. Something over nothing. And you might have in your mind a definition of what those something over nothings are, okay? So it might be walking the dog, playing with the kids, going for a little walk, going for a run, going for a swim, going for a bike ride, playing football, playing sport, whatever it might be. You might already have things on your radar that you can just pick up and do. Do them. They're the easiest ones because they're already there. The second thing, so the first bit was just do something. Find something. You'll have it it'll be on your radar. It'll be in your group of friends. There'll be something there. Just do something, okay? The second thing is, we've got to try and develop these nice, healthy routines. So I'm in a place now where my five-a-side football is part of my routine. Now, I recently, about 10 weeks ago, started a run program. Now, 10 weeks ago, I would still have been considered fit, okay? Someone came out to me and said, could you do this, could you do that? Yeah, I'd still be considered fit and probably still, again, in the higher percentiles. I'm not trying to big myself up here and sound a bit of a douche. I'm just saying it's all relevant. But I wasn't fit in my eyes. I wasn't run fit. I wasn't 10K run fit. So in order for me to be 10K run fit, I needed to then put in place a training program. So I dedicated 3 times a week I was going to run. Okay, and I wrote out what those 3 sessions were for the week. But to begin with, it was just a case of getting out and running, because number 2, like I'm saying, is creating these habits and routines. So for me, it became Monday was speed work night. Tuesdays I would have off because I'd maybe do some other form of exercise. Wednesday, if I had it, was a longer run. And then Thursday, 5-a-side football. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'd try and squeeze in a long run. Okay. And in and around that, I'd maybe fit in some other forms of exercise if I'm maybe working out with my wife. But to begin with, I had to set up a routine and a habit. So the routine for me was Monday's going to be this, Wednesday's going to be that, Thursday's going to be this, Sunday's going to be that. And that was where I started. Now, for people out there who are new to exercise and are starting out fresh, I would really consider just doing something in the morning. Getting up a little bit earlier, 20 minutes earlier, and going for a 10-minute walk. Just get outside and get moving. Now that 10-minute walk becomes part of your habit every day. Or you do it at the end of the day. You finish work, you come home, you take the dogs out for a walk. Or you walk at lunchtime. But you've got to create that moment where you're going to do something and you're actually going to stick to it. So mornings are best because you get it out of the way, but you're also in that most honest state first thing in the morning. I find myself in the most honest state where you can ask me any questions, or the thoughts I'm usually having are genuinely the truth. So go first thing in the morning. Get up a little bit earlier and go for a walk. And if you're feeling really ambitious, go for a run. Okay? So that's your second point. The third point is then plan in when you're going to do this exercise. So we're saying it's mornings. Brilliant. Now, what type of exercise are you going to do? Right, it's Monday morning. I'm going to go for a walk. Brilliant. Monday morning was great. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm walking. But I've planned it out. And this goes back into your daily routine of journaling, planning, meditating, all the stuff that I do at the beginning of the day. And lots of people do as well. Plan into your day when you're going to exercise, because if you don't plan, it gets swept away. You know, I plan my 5-a-side football on a Thursday. I know what's going on. I plan my long runs on a Sunday. I plan my speed work on a Monday. Okay, you've got to put into play a plan of what you want to do and what you want to set out for. Now, the fourth bit is setting a target or a goal. So for me, when I started my run training again recently, was to run fast. I wanted to run a fast 10K, go sub 34, sub 33, go as fast as I could for a 10K. Now, I'm not going to necessarily achieve that in the next 10 weeks, but that is my target. The 10 weeks of training are getting me closer to that position, closer to that place. So I set out a target or a goal. Now, for you, it might be, I want to lose some weight. I want to change my body shape. I want to do a triathlon. I want to play 5-a-side football again. I want to be able to play with my kids and not get tired. You've got to set out a target and a goal, and you've got to write that down. So remember when we were planning out what our training sessions are going to be? Write down there why you're planning out your training sessions. Some of my best performances for triathlon were based around a time where I was doing GB triathlon for my age category. And I remember having a 6-week or an 8-week plan printed out, having on the wall, and every routine was there. And I could just tick it off, tick it off, tick it off. And it was the best ever. But at the top of it, the goal was to have the best performance in, I think I was racing in Canada, the best performance in Vancouver. And I think I had the best performance I could have had in Vancouver. There's lots of other factors to take in, but I think I had the best performance in that place at that time. So just your points again, just do it. Find something, just do it. It'll be in your peripheral, it'll be in your radar, it'll be there. Find it, latch onto it. The second thing, do it first thing in the morning. If you're new to this, do it first thing in the morning. We're trying to create good, healthy habits and routines. Third thing, plan it. Plan when you're going to do it. If you're planning in the mornings, plan it. But also plan what you're doing in the mornings, okay? And then alongside that, tie in your goal and your target, okay? Because that's what you need to do. You need to know what you're doing it for, and then you also need to know where you're going to start. So your challenge this week is find out something you want to change, put in some new healthy routines, and apply those 4 areas to your life, okay? Where are you going to start? I want to know. Share with me on social media. Share back to me on here. I want to know where you're going to start with your fitness journey. Okay, that's been me. I've been Roscoe. This has been the 1% Daily Show. I'm running out of time. Have a great day. Podcast I'm going to turn off in 2 seconds. Remember, life is one big game. Make sure you play it your way and maximize your potential. Okay, YouTube. You get an extra bonus couple of minutes with me now. So the whole idea with the training and something over nothing is it's really, really hard just to just to sort of chill out. You know, I would go through a place where I'd be like really worrying about if I'm fit or not, or if I'm able to run faster, or am I as fit as I thought I was. And what happens is you develop a sense of overconfidence in your fitness or underconfidence in your fitness. Now what's really, really important is that you have a bit of a leveler, so a baseline. You set a tone of what's going on, and by that you need to maybe do some tests. So for my running that I'm doing at the minute, I did a fitness test, I did a run test, and it was horrible. And they're not designed to make you feel good, but they give you a baseline. So I'm not talking about if you're already exercising, you're already training, you're already doing something to a reasonable standard, and you want to get better, you need to set a baseline. So if your current fitness state is just running, or sorry, it's just walking, how long can you walk for before you get really out of breath? 2 miles, 2 hours, whatever it might be. How long can you run for? Give yourself just a baseline, and then every week or every couple of weeks, retest that baseline, retest that baseline, retest that baseline, and you'll start to see slow, but gradual improvements moving forward. Now, the longer it takes you to improve, the longer the improvements will stay with you. So quick gains can be lost quickly. It's the same when you lose weight. Quick losses can be put back on really, really quickly. It's just the way the body works. So take your time, be slow and consistent, but stick to those 4 points that I've done for you. Nike, just do it. Okay, morning habits and routines, get it in there. Number 3, get things planned. And then alongside that planning, set a goal and set a target. Guys, I hope you're really enjoying this, the YouTube side of it, along with the audio side of it. I'm going to carry on putting these videos on. I'm going to carry on sharing all this good stuff with you. If you've got any questions, exercise related, buzz them back to me and I'll do my very best to send them back to you. Guys, have an amazing day. It's Friday. The weather's supposed to be brilliant this weekend. Make the most of it, and I will catch you on the other side. Take it, guys. Remember, life is one big game. Make sure you play it your way and maximize your potential. Bye-bye.